Okay, so the first question we had is about calculation and budgeting. So, how the corporate calculates expenses and bills owners. We've got some similar questions. So, how are the levies calculated and what are the funds used for? So, owners who have been in a body corporate for at least 3 or 6 months would have seen on their invoices administrative fund and sinking fund. So, those are the two fund types that all bodies corporate have. You'll also sometimes see an insurance levy, but the principal role of the administrative fund and the sinking fund, the administrative fund pays for the ongoing operating costs of a body corporate. So if we were thinking about the body corporate as a household, that would pay for, putting fuel in the car, pay your electricity bills, your council rates, insurance, any professional advice you get. It'd pay for your haircuts and your groceries. The sinking fund is the body corporate savings account. So that's where the building accumulates funds over a longer period of time. And those are reserved for capital expenditure. So in our household example, that is putting tires on the car, buying a new car, buying new furniture, buying a new house. So those are the two fund types. The way that the levies in those two funds are calculated are very different. So, in just like in a household budget, if you're looking at the administrative fund, the budgeting takes into account all of the expenditure that the body corporate will make or is likely to make in the year. And it divides that amount by the number of unit owners in the building. And that's pretty much how you arrive at the levies in the administrative fund. So it is a direct payment for the body corporate's annual costs. And that's why you'll see the body corporate levies gradually rising with inflation generally, because the body corporate is a consumer of goods and services. And so it is exposed to those same inflation pressures in the administrative fund. The sinking fund calculation is totally different. So the sinking fund is long term savings. And that is based on a plan of what the body corporate needs to save up for and over what period of time. So if you've got a body corporate, an average body corporate, it will typically need to save up to replace things like the roof, the driveways, the guttering, and the windows. So all of those parts of the building that have a lifespan or need to be substantially repaired or replace, including painting. So those things in the sinking fund are put into a big plan, and then that amount is divided up over the number of years of the plan and then split among the units. So in the administrative fund, we had someone just ask for some examples. Great question. I probably forgot to give them. So administrative fund for a body corporate would pay for body corporate management. It would pay for the caretaking service provider or the on-site manager if your body corporate has one. It would pay for any repairs and maintenance throughout the year. So if the electrical system stops working and an electrician gets called out to repair it, that would be an administrative fund expense, as well as insurance, electricity or gas, the water to the complex, to the common areas, purchasing minor cleaning products, swimming pool maintenance. So anything that is either paid for on an ongoing basis or is not a capital purchase or a major repair of an existing piece of infrastructure. So the way that the funds work is anything that is specifically allocated to the sinking fund gets paid out of there, and anything else gets paid out of the administrative fund. So the calculation of those levies is different because the administrative fund budget will follow the body corporate spending year on year. Whereas in the sinking fund, just like household savings, if you're saving up $10,000 a year every year, you save it up year on year. You don't only start saving it when you need to spend it. So you're saving in advance, which means that the money you're putting into the sinking fund, you may not be getting a benefit of that directly by maintenance in that same year. It may just be saving up for future.